So I got on this new laptop that we have here and I started messing around with the cameras and the settings on here. And I noticed there was something on here called Camo Studio, Camo Studio. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm using an external camera, which is a high definition 1080p web camera. Um, and using the settings on this here Camo Studio. Oh, well, you know what? We get a phone call. Okay. Now, in the middle of doing, I've been home hours and I'm just now getting a phone call. It's something to do with my work. I opened the ticket today with a remote location that's housing some of our computer systems and almost made me cry. And that was around 1 in the afternoon. And here it is, 8:03 p.m. and they're calling me because they just now started to work. And I tell you, I just don't know what to think about the universe anymore. And I do know that I love honey mead, and that's what this says. We've done some homemade honey mead. We've done some homemade uh, Concord grape and honey mead. My son has done a wonderful job on that. And every once in a while, I'll get me a little taste of it. It's as good as you can get in the store. So today I was watching other people's YouTube channels, and lately I've been leaning towards watching men in the over 50 age range, um, watching their channels, watching what they're doing, watching what they're. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm watching to find out what are they experiencing, what are they up against, are they experiencing some of the things I'm experiencing. Tonight, I discovered the laptop that's in the other room is my laptop. That's the one I always use, but that thing is so old. It takes forever to boot up. It it just it's just the hard drive's almost full. I have an external hard drive on it that I move files over to free up space so that I can actually do something on it. Um, doing a video on it um, doesn't do very well. So I came in this room and I'm sitting down at the laptop that I had purchased for my wife last year. And I'd never really sat down and looked at this laptop very well. I'd set it up for her and I basically just left it for her to use. So after booting up that laptop in there tonight and looking at it, I thought, you know what? That room is really, really messy over there. I'm not going to do a video in that room tonight. Uh, but what I will do is I will actually clean up that room sometime and start, you know, uh, I guess creating a better environment for my YouTube channel in terms of having an indoor um, um, area for me to do my videos and to create content. Um, I've watched several people. Tonight, I ran across, I guess this is kind of like a shout out to one of the channels I discovered tonight. And his name is Dan Rains. And I've watched several of Dan's videos. Dan's got a similar background to mine. Uh, I've done network engineering, network operations, electronics repair work. I've done computer systems, systems administrator type work, Solaris systems administrator, Linux systems administrator, um, just all kinds of stuff over time. I've actually done field engineer work, data center operations work. I've done installs, uh, commissions, decommissions. I've run cabling. I've done work in telco, uh, telephone company facilities. I've done work, in all kinds, manufacturing, banking, um, the government, all kinds of stuff. I've built networks, I've designed networks, I've maintained networks. I've done a lot of break fix scenarios and things like that over the years. Um, but I feel like my career is slowing down. My career is coming to an end. And why do I say that? I say that because I'm in my 60s. I'm got a runny nose. But anyway, I, uh, I figured I would look at YouTube. I would try to do things on YouTube. So for several years, I've just basically treated it as a hobby. Basically, just you know, like I'd walk it out into the yard and I'd see a plant, and I'd be like, "Hey, cool plant. Let's do a shorts video on it." Or hey, you know, um, look at what I'm doing today. I'm mowing the yard. Stuff like that. Over time, I've done all kinds of weird off and on, just flaky videos. Some of them have been pretty good. Some of them have been, just junk. Some of them I see as a way to just document my daily life as, a garden. I love our pets. We have chickens and geese and guinea birds, and we have, um, some acreage here that we get out on and we do things. We've got projects that we work on. I like to do projects. Once in a while, I'll work on a car or a truck. Like, oh, guess what? I got to change the brakes. Hey, let's make a video while I'm use my cell phone on that. I use my cell phone. This is it's a Samsung, but it's an Android phone, and this is practically what I use all the time. Is my Android phone. Um, it's got a front camera and a back camera, and I have a tripod. And you know, sometimes I use a tripod, sometimes I don't use the tripod. But what I do is I just pretty much up to this point have just, I guess you could say, treated it as a hobby. It was just a hobby. I would say, hey, I'm getting serious. I want to do better. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it's really just been hobby. So what am I going to do to make YouTube and my YouTube journey, my life journey into my mid 60s and 70s and, you know, maybe longer? I've always told my children and other people that I had an ancestor. This is a true story. I had an ancestor that lived to be over 800 years old. You know what? It's well documented. But the guy drowned in the Great Flood. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, I've got an ancestor probably many of them lived hundreds of years. Maybe if I take care of myself, if I eat right, if I exercise right, um, which I know I haven't done throughout the years, uh, but if I do it now, I take good care of myself, will I be able to last into my 90s? I've had grandparents. My mother's parents lived into their 90s. My father's mother uh, lived and nearly 100 years old. Uh, his dad died in his late 70s. I think it was 76. Um, but, you know, oh my gosh, I don't know, freaking knows. I tell you, I don't know. Anyway, I was watching those videos and it inspired me to just do something. Just do something, right? Just do something. So that's what I did. I came in here and I looked at this laptop. Yes, new laptop. Well, I'll say new. It's about a year old, maybe longer, and it's been sitting here the whole time. And I've never done anything with this laptop. I've discovered a great tool on here. Um, I didn't like the way the built-in camera was, so I went into the other room where I got my stuff, and I found this external camera, and I brought it in here and hooked it up, and it immediately recognized it and saw it. And then I started looking through the apps on this laptop, and there was this thing called Camo Studio. Never heard of it. So I clicked it and nothing happened. And then I saw this little line moving. I was like, hey, I wonder if this thing's like installing it. It's part of the package. It just kind of, it was there and available. So once it installed, I brought it up and I started looking at it. How do you set up the screen? How do you do this? How do you do that? And voila, I got it to blur the background. The lighting's better. I moved that lamp over a little bit. Um, the little lights up there were on. I don't see them much, but I get some great ideas for some future videos. And I've watched Brian G. Johnson. Um, I think that's his name. I had to look back and see. But he's had a lot of good pointers on how to set up your cameras and your background and how to make the lighting work better and how to do this and do that. So I'm kind of taking his advice on some of the camera setup and some of the background and all that to make it look a little more professional than what I've been doing before. So that's what I'm doing. I just kind of got inspired. Watching other people, especially, and this is something that I've just recently, with just this week, gotten into, and that's watching other men in my age group who have long careers, who have decided to kind of venture into the YouTube to uh, kind of feel out YouTube to figure out, hey, is this a viable path for me to follow? Is it something that would be good for me as a hobby or maybe a new career path? Will I actually be able to use these tools and this platform to create something that I can do for the next 10, 20 years? Hmm, what to think about. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. It's almost at 15 minutes. And, if you'd like to, make a comment. If you have any pointers and ideas on how I can make this better, work, something that would be interesting to do and watch and see, you know, let me know. Probably what I'll do next time is show up with a Kleenex. So when my nose runs, I'll be prepared. I apologize about that. It's just allergy season. Talk to you later.